Hey, I was tagged by the lovely Blackgyrl87 to like a question kind of tag, and so I'm going to answer her questions because I don't think I can get the camera situated to do my best freaky dance to those songs. I have most of them. I think I have all of them actually. Let me see. No, I don't have the t-shirt and my panties. I don't have that one, but I have the other two. But but no, I don't. I'll answer the questions. So question number 1: have you ever gotten so turned on by someone that you couldn't even think straight? You were just frozen in time. Laugh out loud. No, not quite. See, because I have this thing about attractive people. I think that when somebody is that attractive, that they probably got a real shitty personality or something like that. So I try my best not to get flipped out by the way somebody looks. Let me see. Have I ever come close to that? Let me see. I mean, because, and then a lot of it's history too. Like a lot of people that I think, well, damn, they are just fine. And then you get to know them a little bit, and it's like, you really messed up. Unfortunately. So no, I don't think anybody's ever been that fine because, like I say, I always think, oh, he jacked up. He fine, but he jacked up in the head. That's what I always think. So that's my take on that one. Have you ever had a freaky dream about a church member? I have to say no, because it has been over 10 years since I've been in a organized church-like religion. So I would say no. And that was the Jehovah's Witness faith. And so let's fast forward. So over 10 years ago, that'd make me about 15 or so like that. And in my congregation, there really wasn't a lot of fellas my age. So no erotic dreams about any of my, fellow JWs at the time. And like I said, I haven't been in any kind of organized religion like that since. So next question: did you cry when they shot Bambi's mother? No, but I cry at the end of The Little Mermaid because I feel like Ariel should have stayed a mermaid. If I had my option, I'd rather be the mermaid than to turn into the human being. So I cried for that. I cried on The Lion King when Scar killed Mufasa. I still cry on The Color Purple when she sees her sister. Yeah, that gets me. I could watch that movie twice a day and I would still probably cry in the end when they get reunited. But Bambi's mother, no. And my children watch that movie like almost every other day, and they don't seem all that affected by it either. I think, I don't know, maybe become desensitized as time has gone on, and the drama of Bambi's mother dying just isn't as upsetting as, like, the thing between Scar and Mufasa or something like that. I don't know, but no, I didn't cry when they shot Bambi's mother. I'm a whole cold-hearted bitch. What would you do if a person of a different race hit on you with a racist pickup line? Example: a white person says, "Hey baby, give me some of that sweet nigger lovin'." I don't know, like, that's like, you can get like different sides of Shanta with that one. You may get, cracker up, out of my mouth. Excuse me to any of my, Caucasian subscribers, but sometimes you come at me like that and I might just have to come right back. But my typical vibe would be to ignore. I would say that my typical vibe would be to ignore, because, you know, kind of like how Black Girl said, depending how they, I mean, are they being serious, or this is like just another abstract of their racism that they're just, you know, projecting, or are they trying to be funny? But basically they probably get to look and they ignore, I would guess, you know, depending on how confrontational I was feeling like being for the day. And if you had the choice between finding true love or ending all the violence in the world and having world peace, what would you choose and why? Now, of course, the nice answer would be, you know, to end world violence and, you know, have world peace. Of course, you know, doesn't everybody want that? But the cynical side of me says, that shit ain't happening. I mean, you know, we're human beings. And A, somebody's always gonna want something that somebody else has. B, somebody's always gonna have more than somebody else. And somebody else is going to, you know, people are going to do things to protect what they have, and somebody's going to try to get what that person has. You know, I mean, human beings are funny creatures, you know. We're just never satisfied, and when you're never satisfied, there cannot be peace, as far as I'm concerned. So whoever's waving this magic wand, like I'm waving this pencil, would really have to change, you know, everyone's mindsets, you know. And even think of myself, you know, I have feelings, I have jealousy and things like that, and envy. I mean, all those things come up in me on a day-to-day basis, I suppose. But you know, I'm small fry on a big fish here, you know. I mean, a big small fish in a big pond. So, you know, my little hang-ups don't equate to anything big, but everybody's collective hang-ups makes, you know, the world what it is. So, you know, of course, you know, if this was really possible, then world peace would be nice. But, you know, like I said, the cynical side of me feels like that I don't know if that could ever happen. And, you know, so if I could at least be happy, then let me be happy. But that's being very selfish and terrible. But, you know, I was basically raised an only child, so maybe that's why I think like that. But yeah, so this was a lot of fun. I don't have anybody to tag, but I enjoy doing the tag, and I hope you enjoy my responses, and I hope you don't think like that girl crazy now. All right, guys, peace.